Hi everyone, thank you for joining me in the first episode of the Chat with the Changemaker series, a series in which I talk to people I've met over the course of the last 10 years who are driving meaningful change in sustainability and ESG. Now, sustainability is such a broad topic, it covers so many different issues, and the idea of this series is to chat to the experts who are focusing in on specific areas and driving meaningful change in each, whether it be the Sustainable Development Goals or climate, diversity and inclusion, ESG investment, social impact. The list is endless. So I think you'll find it really valuable. And if it sounds interesting to you, then please follow my page, Writing It Right, to follow along. Without further ado, in this episode, we talk about community and community impact with my guest, Marc Ciera from Companies for Good. Enjoy. So, hello, and welcome to the first episode of drumroll Chat with a Changemaker. And today's Changemaker is Marc Ciera. And Marc is an old friend of mine, a good friend of mine. We used to work together way back when Marc was an employee engagement expert, and I was a sustainability consultant. So our paths kind of frequently crossed. But more than that, we were really good mates, and we spent the early part of our careers kind of gallivanting around London in various drinking establishments and having a good time. So, but that was a long time ago. Since then, Marc has gone on to found an amazing business called Companies for Good that focuses on social impact projects in the UAE. So, Marc, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, Daniel. It's such an honor to be the guinea pig, your first one.
The first one,
Happy
exactly.
to be here.
And so, just to kick off, can you just tell us a little bit about Companies for Good and what you do?
Yes, so Companies for Good is a social enterprise. I founded it here in Dubai, where I live and work, in 2017. And what we do is we help businesses do good things for either the community or the environment. We mainly do that through team activities that have a positive social impact. Our main goal is to involve people into what we do, into doing good.
Sure. And you do that through kind of, employee engagement is your background. So like you get employees involved in actually on the ground kind of projects.
Indeed. So for the environment, we have activities like planting trees, like doing beach cleanups, like going to the desert and also doing cleanups there. We do kayaking through mangrove forest, underwater cleanups for divers, and so on. And then we have another range of activities that are aimed at supporting the community. So we have activities to support refugees, to support people with special needs, and any other community that might need support. We come up with activities for businesses to do something about it. And as you were saying, my background is initially in employee engagement. So I'm trying to join the dots here. There are so many businesses that want to bring their teams together, and they want to do team building activities to spark kind of team bonding and creativity among them. And they are tired of the traditional team building activities. They're tired of taking them to escape room or to just build a simple castle, with blocks. They want something a bit more meaningful, and that's where we come in. We offer activities that have this element of team spirit, but always making a positive impact for society.
So given that kind of the focus of this chat really is on community today, and community has always been, within the ESG sphere, like back in when sustainability was CSR, community and kind of philanthropic projects were the heart of that approach, and lots of companies took action in that. How, in your view, has that evolved, over the last kind of 10, 15 years? And, what direction do you think it's heading in now as we kind of go into 2020, the 2020s?
So I guess a couple of answers to this point, which is very interesting on terms of evolution. So for me, CSR, it's an entry door, right? These community giving initiatives is a way to start sparkling interest of people, to start raising awareness. Just doing that tree planting activity is not gonna tackle climate change, right? It will help a little bit, but it's not going to be the big solution. But it's about that educational experience that then will have hopefully a ripple effect on many other aspects of life. And so, and same for businesses, perhaps a business that has not done much in terms of sustainability, because in the Middle East, the situation, even though it has improved a lot, it's not the same as in Europe or US, where sustainability has been in the agenda of businesses for a long time. Here it's, I would say the past 4 or 5 years, they're starting to talk about it.
Yeah.
And for many of these businesses, talking about a very robust sustainability strategy and reporting, and it can get a bit overwhelming and they don't know how to start. Whereas if you take them through these CSR initiatives and they can involve their people into doing some good, and that's a starting point for them to take further steps. It's baby steps, but it's very tangible and it helps people start that journey. So that's one answer to your question. The other one, in terms of how it's evolving, what we're seeing is that businesses and their employees that participate in our activities every time are more informed, and they're more demanding as well. They want to know about the real impact they're making down the line with their actions. And so social impact measurement is something that we want to get better at, and we believe that over the next years it's going to be not a trend but a must in our space.
Yeah, especially, I mean, you even see it with the rise in ESG investing, like we were talking about just before this call. Like, there is this need to have tangible evidence that what you're doing on the ground is actually having a real impact. So, yeah, I mean, that's exciting.
So we are developing like a measurement framework to be able to measure much more accurately what's the real impact of our activities.
Amazing. The one question, the final question, which I want to ask everyone on this, is that, you know, I think we've all got into sustainability for various different reasons. Like, we all want to make an impact in our own way, in the way that's unique to us. So I guess the question that I have for you is, what is the impact that you want to make with what you're doing?
Well, that's a difficult question.
Yeah.
But yeah, since the moment that I create a social enterprise, what I want is to make a social impact, and I want to do it in a way that is sustainable. I want to make a difference to this planet. And so to date already, it's been only 3 years, 3.5, and we have already planted more than 3,000 trees. We have already cleared more than 20,000 kilos of waste from the beach. We have already supported more than 10,000 children. So that is what I want to achieve. I want to keep involving businesses and people into doing good, so these numbers are skyrocket, and the change that we see, it's massive, and eventually it's not necessary to do these things because we live in a beautiful planet and in a beautiful world.
Awesome. Well, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Marc. And for people that want to get in touch with you, I'll leave all your details below or above or whatever, so they can read about Companies for Good and what you do, and maybe even get involved. So thank you very much for your time and for being the guinea pig in this chat with a Changemaker series.
Thank you so much, Daniel. It's been a pleasure.